Hello and welcome to the preview with Aaron Macy, Mark Lambourne of a very interesting card at Rosehill Gardens, rail 6 metres. Mark, how are we?
Good, Dal. I was just thinking your pin-up horse won the last race of this program last year.
Who was
Black
that?
Revolver.
Black Revolver, was it? But there's been a few of those. Black Revolver, You'll Never.
The whole winter was dry last year. It was very different.
Beautiful. Anyway, well, we've got a dry track game there on Saturday, probably a 3 to 4, rail 6 metres, expected to be playing on fence.
4.66, Dal, and yet they have temerity to put up 4.
Yeah.
So obviously 4 is the old 3.
Yes. Yep.
So we've lost 2.
Oh, I think
we lost 2.
I think the
last Saturday had to be a 2?
No, it was big tailwind, mate. Big tailwind in the straight. No, it was 3. It was 3. But I think their general play is that they're going to put whatever the reading is in Sydney, whatever the reading is in Milton, they go down the notch, I reckon. I think that's the general play. But anyway, 3 or 4, good track, happy days, rail 6 metres. We want to be on the fence.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's the unfortunate aspect of the program.
That's it. Yeah. It seems a bit of a too good of a program to have a 6 metre rail. But anyway, that's all right.
Well, I think it was the shifting of the Golden Rose, which means that we're at where we're at this week.
Okay, cool. But anyway, it's all good now. Heaps of things happening across the site. Thanks for all the great feedback, and there's been a lot of work going into it, Aaron, and it's looking a lot different.
Heaps of things. You've got a bloody site on steroids. You've got Dal on steroids, sort of.
Yeah, I'm in a good. Oh yeah, I'm parading well. Yeah, for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
So it's going well.
Yeah, it is. It's like the photo show. It looks a little bit different to what it did about a month ago, Mark.
Like someone's had the bicycle pump out.
Yeah, exactly. But it is only going to keep getting better and better all the time. Heaps of content. Aaron's, if you want to know about the triallers, we'll obviously talk about that. But Aaron's got about a 15-page document about all the triallers and all that, and which you do for all the metro meetings. Your overs articles are going great. All of the stuff that you're doing, your little previews leading into it, it's just been enormous, really. And opinion pieces and all that. Yeah, so it's look, it's only going to grow and grow, and we've got more people contributing as we go along, and we're going to bring you some news about that. But the first offer this week is Race Speed Profiles, which will be winning tomorrow, which returned in an enormous way. I think we've been in 6 races last week, only found 5 of the winners. Oh, man, it was all right. Melbourne was huge as well too, with some big prize winners.
You bastard! You actually said that would happen.
Yeah, and it's going to happen again tomorrow. We're going to have a huge spring again. We're feeling good, and I'm in the right mood, and I think that helps a bit. But
it does.
But with the offers that we've been having, we're really having some big ones. So you can get the Mounting Yard Mail. Now, I've just been typing up the Race Speed Profiles. The amount of time that I've said, dependent on yard, the Mounting Yard Mail and the Race Speed Profiles tomorrow are going to work in such a good unison, and it might mean that the horses that we're leading to in the Race Speed Profiles now get shuffled around with depending on what the yard reports. But the combination of the two is going to be a killer, and where is the killer offer is either buy one of the $59 standalone rate, or the $99 for the pair of Race Speed Profiles, which you sign up. It's a opt-out situation, but you can opt out. You're not tied into anything, but it's a weekly thing. You will get Mounting Yard Mail for free. So that's whether it's Warren in Melbourne or Glenn in Sydney, who have both been going great. Glenn's on fire himself. So Race Speed Profiles, buy them and get Mounting Yard Mail for free. Is that all right?
It's a good little package, as you said. They coexist.
Yeah, it really does coexist. It does. You'll get. I think with using the two, I'd be surprised if you don't have a fantastic edge there tomorrow and win at Rosehill Gardens, where the first race sees an odds-on favourite in Peeping at $1.90, and here's just a perfect example about how Mounting Yard Mail is going to be so important here. Woodbine $4.60 and Christie Lead $5, and of course you can get Mounting Yard Mail straight out if you want to do it, handle it that way as well too. Mark, pace.
Well, it's here. It's there. Like, How Much Do You Love Me is up and running, and they're back to 1200. And not going to die wondering tomorrow, given that he gets a dry track, which could help him, and a 6 metre rail. Decision Time looks to have to work rather than sit on the inside as he has done most of the runs this campaign. But he also gets a good track. So Peeping Box Seats and Woodbine looks to one out, one back. Kira Moser and Christy Lee out the back. I'd like to see Christy Lee try and find a way in front of Kira Moser.
Fair enough. Well, for 6 runners, it's quite a perplexing race. Let's go through it in the brave new world of debating them. We'll start with Peeping at $1.90. Yes or no, Mark?
I said yes with, I was a little, she's a classic sort of mare that you want to be on fresh, or that's likely to give her best fresh, or a good account of herself fresh, because mares are lighter and they just don't they're keener earlier.
Yep.
So I said yes, especially given the fact that our alternatives are Christy Lee, who's racing well, and Woodbine, who
He's Woodbine.
yeah, well, of course he's been gelded.
Yeah.
Finally, we saw a gelding truck loaded on Wednesday, and get exposed. Burning Passion,
It's not
you've
the.
still got to go on with the job.
We'll go to Woodbine in a sec, but it's not the miracle cure a lot of people think. On staying on Peeping, it's a horse I know that people wouldn't know, but I know you and Cookie and that were finding it, and I was hating it last preparation. Your thoughts on Peeping?
Yeah, she's always a horse that had good ability, could make the progression from midweek to eventually somewhere black type as a filly. From seeing her at the trial, she looks to have really strengthened up.
Well, that's interesting.
She was one that was she was a bit leggy herself.
Yeah.
She had nice shape, but she still hadn't grown into herself and been.
That's a very interesting point, because our data shows that why we didn't like her last time is that we had a
tinny.
Yeah, and we had a very susceptible to, if it was above benchmark, white flag comes out.
Yeah.
Now she's strengthened up, and we've seen it so many times. Maybe not to this extent deeper in their careers. Horses like mares like Catkins and Streamer that can then have that tinniness and have that hollowness, but then they suddenly strengthen right up and then go bang, and they can sustain it. So it's very interesting you say that.
But she
I'm looking forward to
a
seeing
little
her.
bit more dynamic in the trial as well. She really looked to relax and then attack the line. She's looked a more furnished.
How forward did she look?
I didn't see exactly how. I could only really just see how much.
Well, you can't prove that many yard mile. So we're sort of all agreeing Peeping deserves its top of the market, but I couldn't back it at odds on, mate.
See, this is a very good indicator of where she stands tomorrow, because it won't be it'll be a relatively unforgiving race, and whilst she may get a favour in terms of her position in the run, she still if she's lacking in substance, it will be exposed.
Yep.
I think a big plus for the horse is the stable's on fire.
Stable's going great, isn't it?
Stable's.
Ronnie's got the shampoo out, and Sam Clipperton's going. Samantha, he's now Clippo again. He's back to Clippo.
I think he's been suspended, isn't he? So
Oh well, the John O'Shea thing during the week was very interesting. Good, yeah, beauty. Anyway, okay, so that's Kiramosa. Woodbine, you mentioned, I suppose the two that look at him in the yard can probably have the most talk about. He's the world's worst parading horse. Gelding has always looked like something that's going to be a positive for him, but then again, does it come too late? And is it that miracle cure? We'll see in the yard, and then even if it does, do you still want to be on him?
I didn't like his trials.
His trials look very dour, don't they?
Yeah, that was my comment on it. Looks quite dour. Doesn't look like he wants to race at the moment. The fact he's got the blinkers coming off doesn't inspire enthusiasm.
right, yeah.
What did you say, Mark, from a form point of view?
Hard to like.
Yep.
There's bits and pieces there. That's all I'll say. I mean, for me, the scary one is Christy Lee, because she's. Interestingly, she's won all her races against mares, but then she's run most of her races against mares.
Yeah.
But this looks like a race that could work for her.
Yep. I can't disagree with that. And then Kiramosa, Aaron, we know it's got a good finish. How did you spoke to John Sargent? Good feature interview with John Sargent during the week.
He thought she was back for a good prep.
But what does that mean for tomorrow? I really couldn't.
He didn't
What about
comment
what's
too
happened
much
for the last
on
12 months?
Yeah. Where was she been?
Well, obviously bandaged back and is slowly trying to get her back to the races.
Okay.
But I do think he thinks she goes better in the spring.
Okay.
And after seeing it, I was impressed with the trial. She did lack that little bit of condition in the final stages of the trial, but I think one trial first up, I'm expecting her to sprint well.
Mm-hmm. All right, okay, cool. All right, it's a race I don't want to play in. Could you back Woodbine on odds on, Mark? Not Woodbine, Peeping at odds on.
I've said so.
Yeah.
Just slight reservation, but I'm betting.
All right, okay. You're Peeping, Aaron.
I'm not sure if I'm betting. I've got Peeping on top,
Yeah.
and the two horses I'm probably interested in outside of her would be Christy Lee and Kiramosa.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I couldn't see myself playing regardless of what happened. Anyway, that's race one. Before moving on to race two, and we're mentioning, of course, the Fremantle Yard Mail with the race speed profiles for either or and both. Mark, we have a new invention this week, and it's a $20 service brought to you by Mark Lambourne.
Yes, I
And we've started well.
I hope those of you that watched Gosford yesterday noted that, in fact, I could have nearly had it on top, but Roman Desire matched it 100s.
We matched at 100s, was it? Generally 50's easy to get.
How much did you match at the 100s?
$5.
$5?
Did you? That's all right.
Outstanding.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I took 50s thinking that was a good price, but it got better and better and better. So yes.
And you rated it at 10 to 1.
Nibbling, don't you, when it just goes
That's
up?
right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yes. So that was a dramatic start to the new service, which is obviously focused on tips.
Yep.
My more comprehensive service, which has a lot more information, but is not necessarily tailored for everyone. But it's hard to do without if you're really
Absolutely.
serious.
But the good thing about it is, for this week, Mark, tomorrow, not only do you get your tips, so basically the new $20 service, if you haven't caught up with it, is Mark's first 4 selections for all the races in all the meetings you work on, which is Sydney Metropolitan and the Provincial Circuit, which for those, we had a question on Twitter about it, Gosford, Wyong, Newcastle and Kembla Grange.
It's 250 meetings a year.
250 meetings a year, is that right? Okay.
A little bit of work.
So you get first, second, third and fourth and all the races, his best bets and all that sort of business when you go forward. But for this week as the introductory offer, you also get Mark's full set of assessments. So you can actually have a look at the selections and then see from the ratings, see his staking plans and get a feel for it too. So jump on board with that. $20 a week for all of that. 250 meetings is just a sensational value as it is, but with the special offer, the sign-off offer of getting his sheets. So if you've always been wondering about how to use Mark's sheets and playing with it, sign up for the $20 offer and you'll get them for both Kembla, aren't we? Kembla and Rosehill, yep, on Saturday. So jump on board with that and you'll see exactly what Mark's talking about and get a bit of an insight into all of this. Beautiful. So that's right, it takes us to race 2 and Marinostro $5, $4.40 Astronomus, Berrimilla $8, Grand Punto $7 and Careless is $4.60. Mark, who have you got leading? And it is pretty obvious, Dylan's Rojo.
Yeah. Dylan's Rojo is a good, honest, fast one batter, and he'll take it up. Careless would be advised to try and get in his stream. Grand Punto is a bit of a puller, so I don't think he'll be urgent from gate 1, so he should settle behind Careless, leaving something else to emerge out of the pack to go forward, which would have to be Marinostro, but coming back from 1900 seems a vexed situation for him.
All right, speaking about vexed situations, Dickie Van Dyke has been vexed for the last 12 months. I think his Astronomus is only Saturday winner outside of Aussies Love Sport, which wasn't trained by him anyway. Anyway, so $4.40 Astronomus and favourite, 2,000 metres, minus 500 minus 2,000 metres back to 1,500 metres, and 38 days in between runs, if my memory is right.
And wet to dry.
And wet to dry. And what are you saying? Because I know you were very, very keen on him last start for the that awe-inspiring win.
Yes.
Which was probably overplayed on the day for what it was.
I thought it was a big win.
I thought it was a low win against rubbish, but anyway.
I disagree with a different opinion.
Okay.
I think he overcame some difficulties and showed some ticker, but this seems a different sort of race.
This is
It's
different.
a very different.
What are you saying about it? Because you
one
were
thing
keen on
about
him
the
at
horse is it has a great will to win, as he said. In saying that, backing it today at that price, and tomorrow, no, it wouldn't.
Yeah. I think it's going to be better on the dry though. I think
he will be better in the dry. He's obviously got a target. I think of a Metropolitan or Newcastle. Like he's got some big goals for the horse. So he's got a method of thinking that it probably isn't going to be wound up tomorrow.
Yep, true.
But the fact that it is had the break, we could be fresh enough to see him sprint well.
I don't think a stable that isn't in form. I don't think I want to be seeing minus 500 metres in 38 days.
Oh, the betting ring I think will be quite resistant to it.
And are you resistant to it yourself? Yes.
Yes.
For those who are getting Mark's $20 service, you'll see what price is for next to Astronomers, and it's not favourite.
No, but it promises to be an interesting betting race because your alternatives are they're a little vexing as well.
Yeah, a little vexing. Okay, well, so I think we all know Astronomers.
Well, at its current price, I probably know, but I'm not heavily against it because I do think he's the best horse in the race.
All right, you're talking about vexing. Okay, so the battling it out for favouritism is another vexing horse in Marinostro, Mark.
Well, I think we'll see the exposure of Baron Ostro as well.
Will the real Baron Ostro step up?
Well, no, it's just that like he came back on wet tracks and performed honestly and well, and then he went to 1900 and found it a bit beyond him. But now he's got to come back in distance on a dry track. He's used his marbles
and he was only playing with little marbles. He didn't have any of the big toms, or what do they call the king marbles? He only had little.
He's the one that I'm taking the sword to.
Yeah. He's a midweek horse who was able to win Saturday midweek races in the middle of the winter with a wet track advantage.
Wouldn't get too carried away with these horses, but the fact is that he's up against it.
Lovely. Okay, so that's vexing one out of play. We've got rid of two of them here. Careless is the next in the market, $4.60. Very well backed last start, but very soft in the yard, Aaron.
He was soft in the yard.
Not very soft, but not a what was it? Not a 9-2 into 5-2.
Well, he didn't have that look about him.
Why was that? Because he had the trial. It wasn't a long break. It was
I reckon
1550 back to 1400.
I reckon he's hardly done anything with it, in that time off.
The golfers could often just not turn up for work.
They're generally the horses that have been parading soft.
Yeah, but did the stable shut down or something? Like everyone went,
maybe John's got because he's got all the access to all the good feed and that. They're just getting, everyone's just having a good, happy, jolly time there.
I think with their horses,
or Rick, I should say.
They are a breeding operation. So in that in between period, they tend not to be races. I don't think they're as serious.
No. Well, we saw the same thing with Snow.
Second, not as badly.
Not
as much.
But he's not far off. If you have a look, they've just exploded in the last week.
Oh, you're talking about Peter, Paul and Mary on their own?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, even when they were back there, they'll have time off this. I mean, yeah. Anyway. So
it's a Waller. July's a Waller-a-thon, and then
because Waller out of the leading trainers, Waller's the only one really turning up to play, isn't he?
Yeah.
You wouldn't
I don't know why.
Gay's horses.
Why is that?
Oh no, Gay always. Goes.
The same thing.
Yeah,
the leading stable, same for the carnivals.
Anyway, all right, okay. So what are we saying about Careless?
Limited horse.
Yeah.
Well,
You can get away with it tomorrow because
Definitely can get away with it tomorrow.
he's been pumped up again and had probably a dry track under
Dry track big thing, and looks to get the gunners to gun runs. And whilst his data from our point of view isn't huge, it's the best in the race. I expect that run to really bring him on. The fact there was good market support for him, I think, is a good indicator.
What price is he now currently?
He's $4.60.
Yeah,
Should be
no luxury.
Oh really?
Well,
I've got him marked on top. Equally.
Look, there's not a lot of argument from me other than this. This is a horse that's sort of getting away with it tomorrow rather than making it.
But isn't that 6 metre rail racing at Rosehill?
Yeah.
Yep.
In saying that, I thought Dylan's Rojo is the one that's going to lead on the fence, and he could be the one that just runs away with it. Stable also going good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
okay.
well, toughs it out. Like says, I want this more than you.
Well, he's probably got slightly less ability than this horse, but he's a hell of a lot tougher.
Yeah, he's a bit more durable.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the scenario, and I wanted to say that Barramilla had a late, last.
Of course it does. If
1500 is out of limit, and
out of limit, but at the right sort of stage of a prep for it, though, isn't it?
I think there could be another two horses. Mr. 111.
Before we do that, can we just finish on Barramilla first? Keep going with Barramilla first, mate.
There's not much to tell, really.
No.
What you see is what you get again. She loses Jay McDonald, but
that's I see that as the negative. The fact that she's either got to come through the inside to be in the lane, or she's got to either win outside of the lane. And I think that's a big double negative with losing Joe McDonald. But in saying that, she's racing well. She races pretty much the same every time.
But she will be railsmith back here.
Yeah.
She's got basically 3 pace horses underneath her and goes protocol.
Yeah.
So she's straight onto the rails.
But then there's a difference when you got Joe McDonald to dive through as opposed to S. Clinton. Yeah. But I think if she's there and gets the break, she's the one I've got to mark equal favourite with Careless.
Okay. So you want to see her just ride for luck on the inside?
I
think if you're on it, you'd like to see the waves part.
Yeah.
Like Dylan's Mojo to break its leg or something.
This is the race that Black Revolver won.
And just go off the track.
With a larger field size, Black Revolver.
Bit of a different race. All right, okay, Aaron, that's Barramilla. You were going to nominate another couple.
Mr. 111, who is a horse with some talent, who got put to the sword last time, has come back here with a trial under his belt and is a wild card, certainly.
I think the horse is a bit of a dog, really. Like he's a bit like You'll Never.
Yeah, but he's this level.
Well, yeah, he's this level, but he's the kind of horse that he has that flashing first up run, and then kind of the weakness to him seems to show later in the prep. But I do think this is, if you're going to ever be on him, it seems to be first up, a little bit of pace on.
Considering you offered really nothing from your interview from John Sargent from the first race, can you offer anything from your interview from John Sargent here? No. Good work. Did you have fun? Did he make you a cup of tea or something?
Yeah,
do you want to talk about that?
He actually talked about horses that he thinks have good ability.
Yeah, but you don't have to, you do talk to him off air too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Keep that close to the chest.
All right, lovely. And what was the other one you wanted to mention?
And Feed Lonnie. No luck its last 2 starts, down in the weights. I think Lucas had a Flukas over big odds.
Well, the two I'm interested in are Careless and Barramilla, Mark.
And an honourable mention to Grand Punto, who's been around forever and
Probably needs 1 or 2 more to get to his top lane, mate.
Oh God, how big was his run last start? How wide did you want to be?
I know, I just
yeah, but he was out of trouble. Whereas Feet Lonnie and Dragon Dragon shitbags who did the impossible on Wednesday.
Yep.
They were sort of finding issue with the inside.
So as a whole, we're kind of saying it's quite an open race.
Oh no, it's on.
You're
Bang Bang, Careless and Barramilla. Thank you very much.
And yourself, mate.
Well, I think it's an open race because number 2 can obviously get away with it, but I think it's got lots of things against it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Barramilla, Dylan's Rojo, Grand Punto, Careless are all frontline contenders, in my opinion.
All right, beautiful.
And I'd like to see what Rio Perdito's got to offer tomorrow because he's given nothing. He's obviously second up off a very long spell, but I mean, Bowman's just sitting there on the ride, so.
Fair enough. All right, now next. So I don't know if it's actually as much as a spruik, but as an introduction, we have a new member of the team starting, and a very good one at that. Comes with a lot of the very sharpest people have been wrapping this person up. John Walter is his name. If you don't know John, John's done the full rounds of working with Mr. Stephen Fletcher, including I think done the rounds at Gelco. He's been running sort of almost a private tipping service for quite a while called Racing Watch. He is joining our team to be part of the Pro Better Live chat room, which he will do the Sydney set. Darren will concentrate on the Melbourne set, that's Darren Potter, and starting tomorrow. So if you wanted to see John's work, we're going to have a very special offer for the PBL site, Pro Better Live site next week. But if you want to see it, jump on board. It is enormous value. You get the 2 sets, you get the Sydney set, which is now from John Walters, which is very impressive. You'll be able to see an example of his set online sometime this afternoon. Darren's set for Melbourne, and then all the way through the afternoon, all the stuff from the yard, all the betting moves. We bring you who's backed what, whether it's Kings, Fletch, blah 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 throughout the afternoon. Same from Melbourne with Warren and from the mounting yard. It's a real comprehensive service. Mark's most likely firmers for the day come through about an hour or so before the first, and anything that we pick up on track or anything that we see or whatever, it brings it to you. So you'll learn more about John in the coming weeks. But Aaron,
can we have him on the show?
He's based in the Gold Coast, so
can we go to the Gold Coast?
Yeah, actually, I think I've got to go to Brisbane next week, so I think I might have a feature interview with him next week. Right. So anyway, I just thought of that.
And we're still waiting on that bloody feature interview with Pollitt.
Yes, we are. It's probably not going to happen next week because I'm going to be in
He's probably
Brisbane.
one of the busiest men in Australia.
Yeah, he's hard to tie down. Coffee shop, Coogee Beach. Anyway, yeah, and you've I know Michael Cook actually wrapped up John Mulder as well too, and it's a very good wrap.
Yeah, very good wrap.
Yeah, lovely. So check out his stuff. Normally when we bring people on board, they normally go all right, don't they? Got a good record with him. Yeah. Lovely. Even
talent scout Dallas Baker.
He is.
Exactly.
He's scouring the place forever.
Anyway,
finds people I've never heard of. Don't you?
Well, he just.
Hey Macy, look,
he just came. He found everybody, Aaron. he was committed to finding people. Anyway, let's see if we can find the winner of race 3. It's Silver Ball, $5.50, $2.70 Countryman, and $4.80 Magic Hurricane for the blue colours.
Yes.
Countryman. Zonk.
Perfect draw for Countryman.
Isn't it great?
And who's going to do the chasing here? Amicus.
Yep. Adorable maybe.
Unless he doesn't want to.
No.
Rugged Cross.
He's fit.
Yeah, it's as steady as she goes, and I interrogated Countryman's third up record, which obviously doesn't look anything like his second up record. He's had 3 starts third up. His first third up start was Warwick Farm to the Stud Stakes.
Okay.
So he won at Warwick Farm and then he went to Mini Valley for the Stud Stakes. His next second up run was back in distance. It was I think it was a 1300 or 1400 back in distance. And then his third up run was when Ty did such a good job on him at Rose Hill in the Cool Ring race.
And the fact that he's got bad stats, and it means that you really like it. But what I'm going to say about Countryman and looking at the yard, whilst he did win well last start, he was not like he normally is second up. He had a stack of improvement.
Wow, how can you do without this?
Oh, he'd come on, but he's going to come on again. It's the same as what you were saying about Marty the week before.
Yeah.
She'd come on, but he was nowhere near rock hard. He's going to be right at his peak tomorrow.
Yeah.
And leads and wins, and $2.70 is a luxury.
I think so. I think. Look, having said that, there are some, talent.
Oh, there are.
There's
Yeah.
some talent back in the
But-
field that doesn't have any of the aces. that he has.
Again, I'll finish my point on him is that I think he's got, for what it is tomorrow, he's got the equal best numbers, but he's just got such a tick with race shape and all that sort of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, it's just adorable, isn't it? It's third up. He's gone 12-13 on the same track. He's 1400. He's drawn the outside. It's
Upside, it kicks away.
That's right.
Yeah, see you
Would
later.
you like to
That's
see
right,
him
yeah.
held up just that little bit more?
What do you mean held up? As in,
No,
I thought he
no.
looked rather. No, you wouldn't. You just
No,
want to
I'd
see him
say
roll
go.
I
out.
know, and if maybe that's a fly in the ointment. The fact that he had a lure the other day.
Okay.
How much do you love me? And he makes his own lure tomorrow.
yeah.
Okay, so you're happy with him just leading? And
Well, I am, but
Well,
I mean,
he can't really do
that
anything
is
else, well.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to, the idea is not to be pretty, surely.
No, exactly right. No, I think whilst it's different though, Mark, the rail's different as well too. So I think
Yeah. Well suited.
that possible negative becomes a double positive. Anyway, so there's Countryman. Everyone else can talk now.
Yeah, I just thought he was I thought I looked at the race and he's just tomorrow, the way the race shapes up. I thought he couldn't have had a better run the other day, and he disappointed me a touch on the line. But that could come down to what you said. He might have just
I think he's
had
got.
half a run.
Glenn agrees with me. We think he's got 3. What if he improved 3 lengths last time? He's got 3 more lengths improvement tomorrow. Anyway, all right, Magic Hurricane.
Magic Hurricane.
Well, he's possibly a bit dour for this race.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
The alternative stayer, Silver Ball, who is resuming off a win and gets Bowman, is a touch more dangerous. From my
Yeah,
point of
I
view.
think so. I think I like the quiet trial, the Matthew Taylor, former
he's
member of
got-
the
yes.
panel, within 100
That's right,
days,
he's
Clive Waller
definitely-
trial. Really looks like it's attacking, sprinting their legs.
Yes.
And so this could be more of a target, half a target race, and we know
I've
that.
got him on top.
Yeah, we know that Waller, with these horses, they need to be sort of a half targeted race because they're not interested. They do not participate, or whatever. So, but he looks like the quiet trial to me has him marked as a participant. But betting will tell the story as it always does.
Yeah, I was overly enthused with his 735 trial. I liked it. It was that 735,
Yeah.
not even 900.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see him. And I think if they let him go, he could
Yeah.
split it.
Yeah.
He looks to be going very well. He looks
Yeah.
very fresh. No, he doesn't get the race set up perfect, but if anything does pressure the other horse and they just drag him in, I think he can. He's got 10 lengths on Countryman as a horse to me.
So
Yeah, they're very different horses.
Yeah.
They're different horses.
I think he's potentially a better horse. Yes, I agree with that. But it's also
The only
for
thing that
how they
he's
shape
getting
up,
set for a Metropolitan, possibly.
Yeah,
Oh,
could be. Will he go that far?
No, but he's looking. Well, he's definitely looking for either a 2,000 or 2,500.
Yeah, but
metre race.
that's a stayer first up 1,400 metres.
Yeah.
That's fine. A 2,000 metre horse first up 1,400 metres is fine.
Yep.
All right, Mark Silverball, you brought him in. I'll put it this way: if the market indicators are right and the yard indicators are right, I won't be losing the race if he wins. I can assure you of that.
And the other horse I'd like to mention is I thought Adorable went very well first up.
And she can just be in that right sort of spot, can't it?
She's an honest mare.
Yeah.
she's especially, I think,
Would you,
Joey's got a sort
Would you
of...
entertain
sort of-
Amicus at all? Or?
Well, Amicus interested me on many scores because, of course, this is the scene of her Coolmore run. That seems, a nice fit for this. Other than she's first up and she's trying to gun down an up and running horse. So to me, she looked like the vulnerable one, the sort of.
I did like the trial with that. And it comes to that same silver ball, one trial.
1400 first up though and chasing seems a little bit of a challenge, but yeah. Anyway, there it is. So I think we're either Countryman, Silver Ball, Countryman, Countryman, Silver Ball, Countryman, Silver Ball, Countryman. There you go. That's a good. It's a sensible play, isn't it? You can back one, save on the other, and whatever. So fine, isn't it? Are you happy with that?
I might end up betting against Countryman.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Knowing you, and what is it like knowing you?
I like to play around favourites in the way.
Yeah, good.
Depending on who.
Have you seen how well?
I didn't see you as a favourite hater.
No. Have you seen how well it's worked for Glenn?
Yeah, but it seems to be working for me at the moment, so I'll stick with it.
Do you really want to be against it when this horse is humming, turning for home, has put 3 on them, and just looks
I'm
to
not
be
against it at
like
$2.70,
Echo Galling?
but I'll be against it at even money.
What price is going to start? It's going to start even, isn't it? Because one of those stayers will get Brascoed, won't it? Magic Hurricane, perhaps.
Could he be the one that rolls forward, as you said?
Magic Hurricane.
No.
Yeah, 'cause as you said, could be quite out. He could be the one trying to roll forward.
I don't know if
roll.
it's posted it.
It
Anyway.
doesn't appear
Oh.
to. And that won't be it. That's not an intention from
No, from
the
that.
blue colours.
No. Keep them
They'd
quiet.
be happy to work
Nah.
walk away with
a nice little sort of move through the field fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Good work. Did mention PBL before, Pro Better Life before. Should also mention, obviously, that if you just want Darren to set one out, Darren had a good winning Wednesday.
Oh Jesus, volunteer! Right? Like
Volunteers.
he marked it 5 to 4.
Yeah.
He had 9 units on it. So come to the race and at $6 and going, geez, this was very short. And having a big bet on this, and I watched it in the run. So it sat second. It chased the leader all the way, and did the donkey work.
Yeah.
And got to the lead, but I could see it was a legitimate chance the way he assessed it. It was because I could see that it had the guts,
Yeah.
the gumption.
Yep.
You know, there was a thing of, was it first up in Australia for Waller or something?
Yeah,
D. Oliver,
Glasgow.
that was flashing at it on the inside, but never going to get it. It was this horse did the work, but also was strong all the way down the straight. And I'm thinking, wow, that's a bloody awesome find.
Yeah,
That's an
exactly.
awesome find.
Darren, I think like all of us, Darren's very, very confident about a huge spring coming up, and he started in the right way. And it's just going to get bigger and better and better. And if you want to see Darren's thoughts, you can see his preview with Matthew Taylor, which is online right now as well too. Another innovation for the brand new Punter Show.
Wow.
It's all
Yes.
happening. So yeah, Darren's Pro Better Life's the best way to do it. But if you just want his
How's Matt's Melbourne form going?
I think he's going okay, isn't he?
Yeah, he definitely seemed a bit more excited.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly right.
I'm
Yeah.
so amazed that they actually have horses running against horses.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
big field.
It's not greyhound racing, exactly.
Yeah, it's just
Beautiful. The St John's Park Bowling Club sponsor race number 4 over 1400 metres for the fillies and mares. Footy Fan $10, Holy Delusion $6, Marple Miss $4.40, and Oxford Heart $6. Mark Aero Bar and our other old mate, Footy Fan, sorted out, don't they?
Yeah, it's a lacklustre affair this one.
Ah,
A very plain race.
Yes.
Yes, and Footy Fan would like. Look, Footy Fan is no moral to lead here, simply because she's drawn inside. And Bring a Ring may have other ideas for Kay O'Hara. Erebar, I imagine that Blake would like to try and sit here.
yeah, for sure.
It's a change. She's up to 1400, which is sorry, she's not up to 1400. She's
1400 second of
She's
time.
yeah, but she's 1400 again. She doesn't have any credentials at 1400, but so I can see a scenario here where Bring a Ring takes it up and Footy Fan and Error Bar, one of those either hold her out. That sort of configuration. Black Booty posies up, Oxford Heart posies up, and Marple Miss. What's he going to do on her? He would like to see Bring a Ring come across and maybe try and work forward. I read, and I don't know if Chris really said this. I read this morning that Chris thought her first up run was great. I thought her first up run was terrible. Like it was icky in the betting and icky all the way round.
Yep.
And so many of you will look at this 2 from 2 second up. Well, I can tell you that her first up runs previously have been far more meritorious than this one. I'm not potting her in this race because this is such a bloody plain race, and she is a horse with some talent. But fuck, her first up run was.
Could you put her down to the wet track?
How did she
You
look?
say a lot of things. You say a lot of
she
things,
looked
but she was
fine.
entitled to do a lot better.
fine.
She's a very light ordinary type, really, as a rule.
Oh, really? I wouldn't have said that.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would say that
She can light and right off.
Second up at Wyong last time, she did something amazing that propelled her through to Randwick, and then that gave her enough momentum to get away
To
with
hang
Rosehill.
on. That's when she got really light at Rosehill. It looked
Yeah,
like,
and that was
was
like-
that typical?
That's where I think you're coming to.
It
She's
was
right
that
at the end
typical.
of her
It was that typical. If she got one more left, or is she gone? And she just had one more left.
Yeah, she had 5
Just-
starts that prep.
yeah.
I think she was. That last one, she
Yeah.
should have been in the spelling paddy.
Yep.
No, she
What,
was,
the Melbourne one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so look, the race is there for her to win, but Jesus, she's.
I thought she'd push forward from the wide gate.
And do what?
Well, I think, like you said, it'll be. You put your faith in here if you're on her, because you'll either. If they don't go forward, she'll roll forward, she'll go to the front. If something else goes forward, she'll slide in behind them.
All right. Do you give her a chance?
Yes, big chance.
Big chance.
For the simple fact that she's got more ability than anything in the field, and coming back to a dry track, second up, she had improvement in her the other day. I think you should always forgive the horse a one run.
Oh, yeah,
Like there was,
But then again, there's a wise man who said the first up run does give you a very good window into what's going to happen for the rest of the prep.
Yeah, so I mean, gee, he's such a good trainer, Chris Lees, that I'm forever perpetually scared of him, but and he places his horse quite very well.
Yep.
But
Okay, so that's
this was another vexing horse.
Yeah,
for me.
exactly right. But I think that's consistent with the race, isn't it? We'll go to Oxford Heart. When win. No, not really. It was a slow-paced win. Did the job.
Jesus Christ!
But
Like it was
again-
getting the tail on the donkey
Yeah,
the other day.
that's right,
It was one of those races that I was supremely confident about. One of my betting races at Canterbury, back Absolute Empress and Oxford Heart, simply because they just had the race covered.
Yeah.
There was Gay's thing, Marseille Roulette, first up.
Yeah.
Just there to be, to be the lure.
Yeah, and then
So,
that makes
absolutely.
an interesting point. Why were you so against Marble Pierce in that race?
Because I saw her as being a horse that wasn't going to offer first up.
So does that then give you a reason to think she could improve second up?
Well, I know where you're coming from.
Like, you didn't
But I-
expect
but-
her to run well.
Well, no, I was worried about
Yeah.
as Giddy up pointed out, she was grades above her rivals apparently,
Yeah,
but she just seemed like a really fraught first upper.
yeah.
And then watching her in the run, I'm going, well, you're not even impressing me
Yeah.
in the run. I suppose what I spoke about earlier, in relation to what you're talking about, her what she offered in the run the other day was pretty timid.
Yeah. So even below your non-lofty expectations.
Yeah.
All right. So we've spoken about Oxford Heart. Yeah, well done. It does obviously get the inside advantage and on pace. Holy Delusion, $6. Backing up, what you see is what you get, but has to probably overcome the pattern of the day. And Glyn.
I know, and 1400 and not fresh, but she does
Yeah.
have the best last start.
Yeah.
She has
Yeah.
the best last start.
Yeah.
Like, there it is. She's
She probably does have more solid Saturday credentials, if you can call it that. Does she?
The distance is the one.
Yeah. Yep.
She doesn't get back run on 1200 metre horse.
Yeah.
I know.
But on the backup, it does soften that, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah,
Then the track brings it about. Yep.
Arabar's just, she's got, what she's got is she's got Blake.
Yes.
She's got B Shin. but
Yeah,
She's got
yeah.
fucking no substance.
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
right, and it could well be a B-shin race, couldn't it?
I just thought she could box seat the fence. Like with that, with
No
Blake
argument,
Shin
but I mean,
and
this
the-
is like when we're discussing like idiosyncrasies. We're freaking around here.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, exactly. All right, let's stop freaking around. I've got nothing. I'm not playing this race regardless of what I say.
Yeah, there was one horse that interested me minorly, and that's Bring a Ring, who has been pretty disappointing horse. Nash got her home one day against Marty here.
We're almost off here.
She hasn't won since, but Matthew Dale, first prep for Matthew Dale, he's had her for 3 runs, and she seems to be at her top here tomorrow.
All right, lovely. Anything for you, Aaron?
Yeah,
Mason?
Marple Miss and Aerobar are the two.
All right, cool. All right, that's the first half.